ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to RAYGO Reactions. Today, as you can see by the title, we're going to be doing a classic. Now, I'd be lying if I said I hadn't heard this song. I've played this song for years on guitar. I've seen it. If you've ever seen the program Friends, you know this song. It's With or Without You by U2. It's their biggest hit. I feel like everyone in the world's heard this track. However, I haven't actually reacted to it. And today we're reacting to a unique version. Now, one of our subscribers, by the name of Colin, has said, Joe. In fact, let's read what Colin has said specifically. By the way, thank you very much for your request, Colin. And for supporting the channel. You're an absolute legend. Guys, if you want to request a song of your choice, follow the link in the description below. Now, Colin said, more U2. They played this as a surprise concert in Times Square in 2014. Chris Martin from Coldplay sings it as Bono was recovering after falling off his bike. But he does a pretty good job of it. So, we're going to see what Chris Martin... I mean, Chris Martin, at the end of the day, Coldplay's not my kind of music, but you can't deny they've got good songs. When they're on, it's like, good song. It is great songwriter, good voice. They're a great band. They are. I have to admit it. It's just not something I really tend to listen to. However, I'm intrigued to see what it's got to do with this. So without further ado, hit that subscribe button and let's get into this.
People are like, you know. See the stone set in her eyes, see the thorn twist in your side. I'll wait for you.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand and twist of fate. On a bed of nails, she makes me wait. And I wait without you. With or without you, with or without you, through the storm we reach the shore.
Listen to the feedback, what the Edge is doing. That's a difficult thing to do, really. Like, he's got a pedal, but I actually wouldn't be able to begin with how he's doing that. He's pressing one note and he's letting it ring out, and it's creating that beautiful, like he's having to bend the notes. I don't know. I actually don't know on that one. All I do, so the song is in D. So we're, you know, the bass player just doing that. Just hitting the singular notes. D, A, B, G. And then you got that keyboard. So you must have a backing track going on, guys, which I was kind of questioning on one of their last videos where the sound was coming from. They've got a backing track, but there's also a guitar player in the far left corner, so he might be playing it. I'm not too sure, but it's like that. You know that. How the... You know, just... You got that sound going over it. Which is just... They do it quite a lot. They have that monotonous sound going. I think, after doing so many reactions, having some sort of monotonous sound in the background is what makes a seriously good, catchy song. Whether it's a synthesizer that's just playing one long note, or a riff that's doing the same thing over different chords, but the riff's doing the same thing. Great. This is one of them songs where everything's perfect.
with or without you. With or without you, I can't live. With or without you. And you gave yourself away. And you gave yourself away. And you gave.
Harmony.
And you gave yourself away. My hands are tied. My
The
body
Edge.
bruised. You got me with nothing to win, nothing left to lose. And you gave yourself away. And you gave yourself away. And you gave, oh, you gave yourself away. With or without you. With or without you,
Slightly struggling.
with or without you. With or without you. With or without you, I can't live. With or without you. With or without you.
Wow, what a good song. I think this is one of the best songs ever written. There's not a single thing in it I have in any way criticism for. It's perfect. You got to think the drum beat kept it simple and effective. The bass kept it simple but effective. The guitar, I don't know if it's very simple but it is. I think it is because he's just going. He's only hitting one note, and it's the delay pedal that he's got going on, and then you've got like. Again, the Edge likes to do that. It's just an inversion of a D. So you got that D bar chord on the 10th fret, and if you just take the bottom three notes. For those who play guitar, they might not know that. Always remember, if you got a bar chord, you don't have to play the bar chord. You can make lead sections out of that. So you can just take the first three notes, the top three notes, out of the equation and use the bottom bits. And he's just doing something like that. And you got the same again. If you're playing the bar chord on the A strings, then you got. You know, you got all these different positions. Yeah, it's quality stuff. Again, it is simple stuff. You keep it simple but very effective. The vocal melody, amazing, and then even that background, like keyboardy, electric keyboard thing that's going on. It's an absolute great song, and I have to say, if it would be in my top 10 if I could have wrote any songs. It would be in there just because it does the trick. You can't say you don't like that song. If you do, you've something wrong with you. It's exceptionally good. It sets the mood. It's beautiful, melodic, great lyrics, just everything about it. What a tune this is. Chris Martin struggling to hit the chorus, but it doesn't matter. at least he hasn't gone down the bailing out route and started putting some, you know, auto-tune on. Keep it real. You can't hit it. Who cares? Who cares? I don't mind. I like it. Bring that bass back in. Just one chord. Wow. Wow.
Thank you so much, everybody. Send that off to Bono. Thanks, Edge. Thanks, Derry. Thanks, Darren.
Wow, what a great song. You know what I never understood? Why when the, not in Chris Martin's it doesn't matter about Chris Martin right now, but the bands, like someone left a comment going, you two, if you listen to this version back in like the 80s, it was way better because it was the original key of the song. And nowadays they have to get the key and go down a couple of semitones because it's too high to sing. But they still don't do it to the point where it's not too high to sing and they still struggle. Like Bon Jovi's a good example. Why don't you just lower the key? It's not going to change anything. Singing it here, and even the person who commented going, it was better in the original key. It doesn't, in my opinion, changing key literally does nothing. If it's not going to do nothing to the instrumentation of the song, you could have this in. And if we put a capo on and drag it up however many we want, it just sounds still as beautiful. It doesn't change nothing to me, that. And I'm not saying change the song completely with the vocals. Just do it to the point where you're capable of singing it. And that's one big mistake that I have been doing all these years, trying to write songs that are too high, like struggling and just singing it, but struggling. Like, what am I doing? Just bring it down. But that song, so let's break it down. We're in D major, A, and then at the end he's got. You know, he's just playing around the D chord, that is it. Again, another D. And you got that open D there, which he can hit, but he doesn't hit it because the bass player is sticking to the root notes. So if the Edge was playing and letting that open D ring out, then by the time the bass player's gone to the A, that D would be overriding the A, you see, and it would sound off. So the Edge can't be playing any open notes, he's just got to be. However, on the D he can, so he can then bring it. but then mute it again when it hits the A. Great song. Honestly, it's an all-time favourite of mine. Absolute classic. Absolute classic. What do you guys reckon? Let me know in the comments below. Here's today's question. If you could have written one song of all time, what would it have been? Let me know in the comments below. Only one. You can only choose one. Let me know in the comments below. Like this video, share it and subscribe. And most importantly, guys, my song is coming out this Friday. It's called Letters by my band RAYGO Bloom. Here is the trailer. Please, it does me so much if you would just pre-save the song. It will push the song into the algorithms and help. You know what I mean? Because I'm only an upcoming band, so we need all the help we can get. If you just pre-save it in the comments below, it's pinned in the comments below. It's one button, you pre-save it, and you'll be notified on the day. And Spotify then go, ooh, people are pre-saving this. And it gets the ball rolling, basically. Here's the trailer.
I am speaking to you from the cabinet room at 10 Downing Street. This morning, the British ambassador in Berlin handed the German government a final note stating that unless we heard from them by 11 o'clock, that they were prepared at once to withdraw their troops from Poland, a state of war would exist between us. I have to tell you now that no such undertaking has been received, and that consequently this country is at war with Germany.